Today, we cover Rajnesh versus Neha.
What did the Supreme Court decide?
It frames overlapping maintenance and mandates assets disclosure.
This is the ultimate guide.
When a highly qualified spouse files for pendente light interim maintenance under Section 24 of the Hindu Marriage Act or Section 125 of the CRPC, the filing usually centers on an affidavit declaring zero current income. Many practitioners assume that a lack of current earnings on paper is the primary prerequisite for a maintenance award to ensure standard of living parity. Recent appellate rulings show a significant departure from this presumption. Judges are increasingly looking beyond the reported income of educated claimants to evaluate their underlying capacity to support themselves. Declaring zero income can become a strategic liability if the claimant's educational background is high. Courts now pierce the veil of unemployment to determine if a claimant's true potential matches their stated financial need. Under current law, a spouse has an absolute statutory duty to maintain a partner who is genuinely unable to support themselves. The modern conflict occurs when courts refuse to classify highly qualified individuals as dependents if they possess the skills to earn but choose to remain unemployed. This is the voluntary idleness doctrine. It holds that maintenance should not function as a financial penalty against the earning spouse when the claimant is capable of self-sufficiency. Proving eligibility has shifted from a narrow focus on actual earnings found in tax returns to an evaluation of earning capacity derived from a claimant's professional and digital history. While bank statements remain the primary evidence for establishing a respondent's ability to pay, the claimant's rate to receive that support now depends on digital proof of their own employability. This shift began with the foundational case of SMT Mamta Jaiswal versus Rajesh Jaiswal. The claimant held multiple academic qualifications, including an MSc, and had previously served as a lecturer. The court clarified that Section 24 provides assistance only for those who are incapable of self-support despite sincere efforts. It was not intended to support individuals sitting idle waiting for a dole. The ruling states that the law does not assist self-made lazy idols. If a spouse is well qualified to work, they are expected to earn for their own maintenance rather than shifting that burden to their partner. This judgment established that zero actual income does not automatically entitle a qualified spouse to pendente light alimony. Courts have since codified these rules to address litigation tactics. In Rajat Gupta v. Wipali Gupta, the Delhi High Court held that a qualified spouse who is simply desirous of remaining idle cannot set up a claim for interim maintenance. The doctrine also addresses the timing of unemployment, specifically in Damanpreet Kaur v. Indermeet Janeja. In Damanpreet Kaur, the court denied maintenance to a well-educated woman who voluntarily resigned from her job after separating from her husband. The court held that her capacity to work outweighed her current unemployed status. Claimants who choose to leave their jobs during active litigation face a high risk of being disqualified, as courts interpret such resignations as an attempt to maximize alimony claims. These combined precedents allow courts to penalize the tactical use of unemployment in matrimonial disputes. Proving capacity now relies on the claimant's digital footprint. In Gurpreet Dhariwal v. Amit Jain, the court utilized the wife's own professional documents to dismiss her maintenance claim. Although she claimed she was forced to resign, her resume on Naukri.com reflected expertise in client management, business analysis, and MS Visio. The husband produced an email showing the claimant was negotiating a new salary package of 8.5 lakhs. This evidence proved she was an active, high-earning professional, not a destitute dependent. In Megha Khetrapal, the court used a LinkedIn profile to confirm the claimant had worked as an audit associate in Dubai and managed a private jewelry business before her marriage. The court also considered a WhatsApp chat where the claimant's mother advised her that getting a job would jeopardize her alimony claims. Digital artifacts, from job portal resumes to private messages, are increasingly treated as definitive proof of earning potential, often overriding formal declarations of financial distress. For practitioners, these cases define when the evidentiary burden shifts. The respondent must first demonstrate the claimant's qualifications and past employment. Once the respondent establishes this capacity, the burden shifts to the claimant to prove that their unemployment is strictly involuntary. To meet this burden, a claimant must provide documented proof of failed job applications or specific evidence of medical incapacity that prevents work. Simply highlighting the respondent's higher income or assets does not absolve a qualified claimant of their own obligation to be self-sufficient. A zero-income affidavit is no longer sufficient on its own. Litigators must now build maintenance cases around documented earning potential and the expectation of financial self-reliance.